Yeah, but it's interesting. We're having this conversation on Sundays about evangelism. We're getting ready to go into that, and I'm gonna be honest with you. I hear what you're saying, but when I look at my personality as who I am, it doesn't always fit right because I'm kind of awkward around people. The way I talk to them about Jesus, so a lot of times it's kind of like thrust on me about being an evangelist. Like I share my faith after somebody asked me the question, or the moment is so obvious it's hard to get around it, and so there I am like, oh, let me tell you about Jesus. But for me to walk into a crowd of people and say, oh, I'm going to start this conversation. So, I mean, who's really the right person to evangelize? Who should evangelize? I mean, that's my big question as we're going into this whole idea of evangelism.
Yeah, so I think that when I think about evangelism, first of all, the word's kind of scary, right?
Yeah.
And I just want to, even though we're going to use evangelism a lot as we're talking and stuff, I really want us to kind of focus on telling your story, sharing about Jesus, witnessing. Those are the terms that kind of take a little bit of the edge off on, what is evangelism and who should be doing it. So I think as I think about it, it's really, you got to kind of go back to the scripture and kind of look at the fact that Jesus tells all of his disciples, all of them at the same time, that go and share the message, tell everybody about me. And so he didn't select certain ones and say, Peter, you're on it, James, you got to pass. He told all of them. And so essentially the fact is we should all be talking about Jesus. We should all be sharing. We should all be evangelizing. And so it's really for everybody. And you're exactly right that the scenario can sometimes feel a little awkward if you're kind of going into it with a formula. Back in the day, of course, you had the the 4 spiritual laws, or you had the bridge illustration, which I've used to the past, the bridge illustration, right? If you kind of go into it with that systematic methodology, it's going to feel a little plastic and not very authentic. So I think that when I say everybody should be doing it, that's based on scripture, but it also kind of sets us up for doing it in your own way.
Yeah, but okay, this is my question about all that. I mean, I know what you said, Matthew 28 talks about everybody should go and tell somebody. But, I mean, the Bible also talks about people who are given the gift of evangelism. And I don't know, maybe I'm just one of those different Christians. I'm thinking, if you got a job to do, then you do it, and I'll be doing what I do on this end. And because not everybody goes to the pulpit and preaches, just like not everybody is going to be an evangelist. I don't know.
Yeah, you're exactly right. There is a gift of evangelism in the Bible, along with pastor, teacher, apostle, prophet, right? So it's one of what we call the office gifts. But there are going to be some people who are naturally good at it, right? And they're just going to flow with it. It's just natural. They like to interact with people. And there are going to be other people who struggle with it. But just because it isn't your gift doesn't give you the excuse that you're out, you don't have any responsibility in it. You're not gifted. Let's say a person's not gifted at giving. That doesn't mean they're out from giving, right? And God knows that you don't want me singing, but it doesn't mean I'm out from singing. I still have to sing. I still have to participate in praise and worship. So yes, there are people that are gifted and they're going to naturally flow in it. And the rest of us, maybe not so much, but we're not out of the game.